What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Taste Like Music. Jason and Joe here, reviewing a new record today, just out this week. It's called What Now by Brittany Howard, former lead singer of the Alabama Shakes. Maybe still the lead singer. Maybe they're just on hiatus. Who knows? This is her second solo record after two records with the Shakes. Yeah, how you feeling about it?
I like the Shakes, Alabama Shakes. I thought they had some good stuff. Britney's last album, Jamie, which really showed off her voice, had some nice gospel and funk in there. This new one, it kind of continues that streak, away from the Alabama Shakes sound into, progressive R&B and sort of like post-rock kind of world. A lot of jazziness in this album. Some stuff that kind of reminds me of Radiohead. And it's interesting, she's touring with Lorraine, whose album I Killed Your Dog last year I really loved. And they both kind of have that like a little bit of psychedelic, some progressive R&B. I think Howard takes that jazziness and maybe the more modern sound a little bit further than Lorraine did. For this album, some cool stuff. It's sequenced weird. It starts off kind of, R&B-ish, real great percussion on Earth Sign. Got some nice soul on I Don't. What Now has a real propulsive bass line, fits comfortably in like the progressive R&B world. Some fuzz guitar, some fuzz vocals. You got songs like Red Flags and Samson and the final track, Every Color in Blue, which I get like a Radiohead vibe from it, a little like spacey, slightly ominous. Every Color in Blue, the last track, really has like a cool guitar part, some trumpet, which is on a couple songs, which I really liked, that and Samson. And I don't know. It's hard to wrap my head around this album because it just kind of goes through all of these genres. It doesn't really go back to them, and I don't know. There's there's like a Beyonce influence on "Prove It to You," which has like this house beat to it, which kind of is out of place in the album, but I think it all works because of how like all over the place it is. You almost don't get the same style like on any of these tracks repeated. It's just like new style, new style, new style, which I feel like is sort of a trend lately. You saw it with like Beyonce and even Lorraine, like just really cycling through all of these different sounds. I mean, I don't mind that it's sort of different and not too cohesive. I think Brittany holds it together with her vocals really well. I do miss, she doesn't really go into like the powerhouse mode that much here, and she has a hell of a voice. So kind of miss that. Kind of miss her guitar a little bit as well. There's not a ton of like great guitar parts here. But I think overall it's pretty cool. It's jazzy, it's R&B, it's soulful, not a lot of funk, not a lot of rock, more modern in its construction and execution. But I think overall it's pretty cool. I like her. So I'm gonna go 4 stars on this one.
Well, yeah, like you said, it's kind of hard to wrap your head around. There's a lot going on. In general, I think it's a really cool sound and I like the vibe of the record, but for me, it's just lacking in songs and I don't think it's focused enough. Like Earth Sign has this like really cool psychedelic jazzy thing happening. Then it goes into I Don't, which is like the most classic sounding 60s soul song on the record. Then there's like some glitchy tunes and like you said, the house beat on Prove It to You. But for me, there's like no hooks really, except Prove It to You maybe has the best hook on the record, but it's my least favorite track musically. And I agree that I'm not getting enough vocally from her. Like that's why I'm coming to a Brittany Howard record and she just I think Patience is maybe the only song on the whole record where she kind of gets into a higher range and kind of shreds it up a little. But mostly she's just kind of like layering things, kind of adding to the groove with her voice in the vocal parts where she's just repeating these lines that are cool. They add to the track, but they're not really hooks as songs. Structurally, the songs are weird. There's songs that have like the first 2 minutes of her singing something and then a long like 3 minute outro. Um, I don't know. I just found it hard to really get into the songs. I think this sound with stronger writing would be really excellent. I just didn't really feel the tunes that much. So for me, I'm going 3. I was right on the fence between 3 and 3.5, kind of waffling back and forth. I had it at 3.5 initially, but then it's kind of, I don't think I'm ever going to come back to it. So three stars for what now. Kind of made me miss the shakes. I was at 3 on Jamie too. I wasn't a huge fan of that one either.
I kind of assumed he'd be around this area. It doesn't scream Chase and yeah, I mean the hooks could definitely be stronger. I don't mind it too much because I don't always need a great hook, but um it I don't know if
It
she's going like in the right or the wrong direction as far as like her songwriting. I know the critics just absolutely eat this shit up, but I could use a couple more like, melodies and stuff like that. So I'm a little concerned if she's kind of maybe a little bit going in the wrong direction, but I
yeah,
still like the sound and everything.
it's hard to say it's the wrong direction because there's a lot of cool stuff happening. She could take like any piece of this sound and like expand it or do something more interesting with it. And it doesn't even have to, when I say it doesn't have hooks, like melodically, yeah, the songs aren't super catchy, but it also doesn't have enough, like, aside from the vocals to really grab you or pull you in. It's a lot of like, okay, the groove's established. We got this cool like sound bed. We got this interesting vibe going. Even if it's not like a pop song on top of it, it needs something, whether it's like a really cool guitar part or I don't know, something vocally or whatever. There's just not enough to like keep me interested. So there you go. That's what we think of it. We're a little split on it. So let us know which way you lean on this new record. Leave us a comment, hit the like button, subscribe if you are not subscribed yet, and check the video description for Patreon if you'd like to support us over there. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.